Billionaire Chike Okafor called his wife Adunni fat and worthless, in front of their children, then filed for divorce to marry his slim mistress. But when Adunni's secret novel became a bestseller worth millions, Chike discovered he had mocked Nigeria's newest literary queen. Before watching full story, comment below from where you watching. Also like and subscribe for more stories. Adunni Okafor stood in their small Ajigunal flat, adjusting her traditional wrapper around her full figure. At 32, she had gained weight after 3 children and years of struggling while her husband Chike built his empire. "Look at yourself," Chike spat, dressed in his expensive suit. "You look like a market woman. How can I take you anywhere looking like that?" Their children Emeka 10, Kemi 8, and Chioma 5, sat quietly eating bread and tea. They had learned silence when their father was cruel. "But this is how I have always dressed," Adunni said softly. "My mother is a village woman. You are supposed to be a billionaire's wife. Yet you look like an Agbaro's wife." Chike Okafor was worth 2 billion naira. His company, Chicorp Industries, imported electronics from China across West Africa. He owned mansions, luxury cars, and a private jet. But his wife and children still lived in the same cramped flat where they had started. Adunni remembered their university days at Unilag. Chike was brilliant but poor, the son of a palm wine tapper from Enugu. She came from Chief Adebayo Fashola's respected Yoruba family in Ibadan. Despite tribal differences, Adunni had chosen love. She tutored Chike in English, helped with his business plans, and even gave him her savings for his first startup. Their 2015 wedding was modest but joyful. "I will make you proud," Chike had whispered during their traditional ceremony. "I will give you everything." He had kept half that promise, giving her material things while taking away love and respect. Chike's business began in Alaba Market with phone accessories. Adunni worked alongside him, pregnant with Emeka, living on bread and akara. When success came, Chike changed. "You need to lose weight," he told her after a business trip. "Other wives look like models. You look like a village woman eating too much pounded yam." The final humiliation came at Chief Fashola's 70th birthday in Ibadan. During family photos, Chike said publicly, "Adunni should stand in the back. She doesn't photograph well these days." The compound fell silent. Chief Fashola's face darkened. "Young man, a man who shames his wife publicly shames himself privately." Unknown to Adunni, Chike was having an affair with Obiageli Uzoma, a slim fashion boutique owner from Victoria Island. She was everything he thought he wanted, elegant, well-traveled, from wealth. They met at Lagos Yacht Club. Obiageli spoke with an American accent from Howard University. "Very impressive for someone from humble beginnings," she had said with subtle condescension. Chike rented a Banana Island apartment for their meetings. He bought Obiageli a Range Rover, Dubai jewelry, designer clothes. "When will you leave that village woman?" Obiageli asked. "You deserve a wife matching your status." "Soon," Chike replied, though his heart resisted. Adunni discovered the affair accidentally. She went to his Victoria Island office with forgotten medication. Through his slightly open door, she heard him on the phone. "I can't see you tonight, baby. I have to attend my daughter's school play," Chike was saying. "Yes, it's boring, but I must maintain appearances until divorce is finalized." Adunni's heart stopped. "Don't worry, Obiageli. My lawyer says she'll only get minimum settlement. Maybe 5 million naira. She didn't contribute financially. 5 million naira? After 8 years, 3 children, and building his empire together?" That night, Adunni called her sister Folake, a lawyer in Abuja. "Sister, I need legal advice," she whispered. "Adunni, you have rights. Marriage is partnership, not servitude," Folake said angrily. "Remember grandmother's words, the patient dog eats the fattest bone." The next day, Adunni called her father. "Baba, I need to come home to think." "Come, my daughter. Your room waits." In Chief Fashola's Ibadan compound, family elders gathered under the ancient Irako tree. "My daughter has been disrespected," Chief Fashola announced. "We respond with wisdom, not emotion." Uncle Professor Fashola offered legal representation. Aunt Folashade, who owns successful bakeries, suggested business. "You're educated and intelligent. Start your own company. We'll provide capital, you provide determination." Adunni rediscovered her passion for writing. As a student, she had won literary competitions. Now she wrote a novel about women's journeys from village to city, mixing English and Yoruba. Professor Fashola read her manuscript, amazed. "This is exceptional. You've captured Nigerian women's essence." Within months, The Silent Strength was accepted by major publishers. both Nigerian and international. Meanwhile, Aunt Folashade helped establish Fashola Heritage Textiles, combining traditional attire techniques with modern designs. When Chaik filed divorce papers expecting helpless Adani, he received Professor Fashola's legal response demanding fair business share, child custody and emotional distress damages. Impossible. Chaik raged. She has no money for such representation. His lawyer shook his head. You underestimated her family. Chief Fashola's family has centuries of Yoruba influence. Professor Fashola is Nigeria's most respected legal mind. Court documents revealed Aduni's significant business contributions through labor, family finances, and her teaching salary. The affair with Obiageli became public scandal. The Silent Strength topped African bestseller lists and gained international recognition. Translated into French, Portuguese and Swahili, it reached global African communities. Speaking at Unilag, Aduni addressed students and faculty in Yoruba then English. Success without character is like houses built on sand. They look impressive but won't withstand life's storms. Chaik's business associates in the audience shifted uncomfortably as word of his behavior spread through Lagos's business community. 11-year-old Emeka confronted his father during a visit. Daddy, why did you say bad things about Mama? Son, adults have disagreements. But Grandpa Chief says men who don't respect wives don't respect themselves. Don't you respect yourself, Daddy? The child's wisdom, speaking grandfather's words, hit harder than legal documents. As Chaik's reputation crumbled and legal fees mounted, Obiageli distanced herself. This situation is too messy, she said. People talk affecting my business. But I thought you loved me. I loved the successful businessman, not this scandal. Work things out with your wife. At least she stood by you with nothing. The irony crushed him. The woman he destroyed his marriage for abandoned him during difficulties. In Lagos's Igbo community, Mama Ngozi faced shame. The Imwata women's group called meetings about her son's behavior. Your son shames not just his wife, but our entire community, the leader said. Igbo culture respects women as mothers of our nation. Mama Ngozi wept. Success poisoned his heart. In Yoruba land, Chief Fashola's standing increased. Other chiefs praised his dignified handling of daughter's situation. Chaik's major clients cancelled contracts citing character concerns. His seemingly unshakable business crumbled. Alone in his Lekki mansion, surrounded by expensive emptiness, Chaik called his mother. Mama, I made terrible mistakes. Admission without action is worthless, she replied. Humble yourself and make amends. Your children are watching. What man do you want them to remember? Chaik requested meeting Chief Fashola at the family compound. He came humbly dressed, carrying traditional kola nuts. Chief Fashola, I acknowledge my wrongdoing and seek guidance. Acknowledgement begins wisdom. But actions speak louder. What actions do you propose? I want to withdraw divorce, publicly apologize, and ensure Aduni receives fair share whether she reconciles or not. Wisdom without consistent action is like rain falling once, momentary help that cannot sustain growth. Chaik's public apology made national headlines. In newspapers and television he accepted full responsibility. I allowed success to corrupt values and pride to blind me to the worth of the woman who stood by me from the beginning. I publicly disrespected my wife and failed to honor traditions that shaped me. He transferred 50% of business assets to Aduni, established children's education funds, and donated substantially to women's organizations. Over months, Chaik proved sincerity through consistent actions. He attended every school event, learned cooking traditional dishes and helped with household tasks. He began therapy with Dr. Amaka Okonkwo. You confused external validation with internal worth, she explained. You thought money meant deserving different respect. But wealth-based respect is shallow and temporary. Chaik started mentoring young entrepreneurs, sharing his story as cautionary tale about character's importance alongside success. Aduni's second book, Daughters of the Dawn, became even more successful. She established the Fashola Foundation, providing scholarships for disadvantaged women and supporting women's businesses. Her textile company expanded to 3 states, employing over 50 women. At a Lagos book launch, she addressed cultural elite. We must love ourselves enough to demand respect and be strong enough to leave situations that diminish us. But we must be wise enough to forgive when forgiveness serves our healing. 13-year-old Emeka spoke to both parents during family meeting. We love you both, but we're tired of living in 2 worlds. Daddy has changed. Mama, you've become strong enough to set boundaries. Can't you be together and both be strong? 11-year-old Kemi added, "In English class, we learn the best stories are about people who make mistakes but learn and become better." 8-year-old Chioma was direct. "I want us to be family again, the good kind where nobody makes anybody cry." After 18 months of careful reconciliation, Adani and Chaik decided to remarry. The ceremony was held at Chief Fashola's compound under the same Irako tree where Chaik had sought forgiveness. This time it wasn't poverty overcoming pride, but two successful individuals choosing to build something together as equals. Chaik wore traditional agbada made by Adani's textile company. She wore stunning aso oak telling their journey story through intricate embroidery. Their children served as wedding party, symbolizing their central role in family healing. "Today we witness not just remarriage but rebirth," Chief Fashola declared. "These people learn true partnership requires respect, humility, and wisdom to grow together." The second phase of their marriage was built on different foundations. They maintained separate businesses while supporting each other's success. Adani kept her maiden name professionally and insisted on joint family decision-making. Their home in Ibadan honored traditional Yoruba architecture with modern conveniences. Chaik genuinely celebrated Adani's success, attending book launches and wearing her textile line with pride. "My wife is not just beautiful," he would tell people, "she is brilliant, talented, and stronger than I ever gave her credit for." 5 years later, at 18-year-old Emeka's university send-off party, the extended family gathered to celebrate. As Chief Fashola gave blessings, he looked at Adani and Chaik with satisfaction. "You have shown us that the greatest wealth is not in bank accounts but in character. The greatest success is not what we accumulate but how we treat those we love." Adani, now 40 and more beautiful than ever with confidence and inner peace, held Chaik's hand as they watched their son receive family blessings. "Are you happy?" Chaik whispered. "I am complete," she replied. "Not because I have everything I want, but because I know who I am and what I'm worth." As celebration continued with traditional drums and 3 generations dancing together, the story of Adani and Chaik became another chapter in the long history of the Fashola and Okafor families, a story of love tested, broken, and rebuilt stronger than before. The greatest lesson was simple. True wealth lies not in what you can buy, but in relationships you nurture, character you build, and legacy you leave for those who come after you.